Hello there, welcome to the Pit of Tangents. We're gonna pick up from the left off with Disco Elysium. In the last video, we've just met up with Measurehead, a union member who's also a Semini supremacist. Yeah, and as the name suggests, a supremacist, a racial supremacist at that. We got to learn advanced race theory, which I think may or may not have been a waste of time. And now we have this quest going on where we need to reach this epiphany in terms of what is the race enigma. And then we went back and to Kim's motorcade, which is down here. Hang on, right there, this shiny blue vehicle. Called our precinct, and I think we dug our grave as well. I'm not seems that I'm not particularly good at this game, but I did make a yo mama joke at the very least, so that's nice. But in any case, we still have, let's just get back right into it. In any case, we still have quite a long way to go for the advanced race theory thingy. Oh god. Oh god, -1 drama, fooled by the absurdity. Eesh. But it's half an hour to go. Oop. Sorry. Yeah, there you go. Just gonna have to keep going. And I took a peek, and there are some characters we can talk to on the left, actually. So the world is actually quite vast. More vast than I thought. See what we have here? This book has Rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame. Dame. Damn. On this cover. Haven't heard that word in a long time. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. Suddenly it screams highway to hell to me. This book is about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it is about, nor does it seem important. Probably about philosophy. I'm joking. Philosophy is very important. I'm trying to read philosophy books, but it's not really working. But anyway, a book about... Excuse me. A book about the future or something. A book about Biodero culture, promised freedom and roaming upstream. Whatever the hell that means. Who are you, little person?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
The store is open. A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hello, Nuts. I am the law. Hi.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
Sorry, she's actually stomping her feet to feel warmer, not out of excitement about the book itself. What kind of a story is this anyway? Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your
My
name?
name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance.
Hmm.
She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
Alright. The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide, as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
Browse our wares. And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise,
Right.
people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Yeah, that's a bit of a mouthful as a store name, if I have to say so. Could be abbreviated as CRBFP. Doesn't roll off the tongue either, so... How about Crymagra... Crimographample? Cryogrample. That's actually nice though. Anyway.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
Aww. You're cold. Can I help you in some way?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
Aww.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Yeah, fuck you, empathy. I'm just trying to be nice. Fair point, though. I don't know how to help her. Give her a smoke, which we don't have anyway. Pat her head. A bit invasive, if I have to say. So maybe no. I could help by brutally dismantling the free market. Well, that escalates quickly. Should have a word with the store owner, maybe.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Okay. Can I have some of the juice then? Could use some, actually. Shouldn't you be at school or something? What is romance? Ah, would that incite an interesting conversation? Should you be at school or
I
something?
do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Well, isn't going to school more important than
Mum says it's
this?
necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
Well, how's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Cursed, you say?
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed? In what
Cursed in
way?
the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go,
Bankrupt? Ass up? Tits up.
exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
Well, that's good to hear. This sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this. Narrow your eyes and look through the creaking boards. I don't think curses are
They
real.
shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses.
It's just regular trading and selling of things, child. It doesn't work out for most people. Oh, that's actually quite mean to say. You're not doomed, but your mother should learn from their mistakes.
Of course, sir.
Yeah, sorry to put you on the spot, Annette. Okay, let's move on. Let's ask what is romance. I wonder where this would go.
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that situation where she would probably eventually choose for the bad man. As the story normally goes. Where then eventually, though she would regret her decision, or maybe she could eventually change the Batman into a better person because that's, you know, like, that's the appeal of the Batman, of the bad boys, am I right? Juvenile fantasies, but anyway.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
Does it have to be man and lady business? No, man and man, let's say, or a lady with a lady. The Stafflex would have an uprising for this. We don't have a section for them. What about when both of the men are bad? What about a poor man getting a rich lady? What about when everyone is poor? What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all? Let's ask that.
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Maybe you should ask Mum. You think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup? Okay, maybe I will. Let's not
I'm sure she
harbor
can
on
help
it.
out. Anything else you're curious about?
What about when everyone is poor? What about when both men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
You'd be surprised. Modern literature tends to depict imperfect characters, as I would say. But if it's written really well, exactly.
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either.
Could be.
Because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
Or when, even if the men are good, quote unquote, the lady chose no one anyway. Like Little Women, the Saoirse Ronan character. If I get the conclusion right. But anyway, that's enough romance for me. I had other questions.
Maybe some about other books?
See you around, Annette. Let's go inside. Oof. She looks a bit of a stickler if you ask me. Tread lightly. Let's read some of the books first. What's on the counter? Gift books and molten candy. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. The book collects the national recipes of Ada. They're all about lake trout. Interesting, interesting. Oh, I can actually interact with the table?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Look through the pile of viral-related
An
items.
endless variety of source books, law books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition.
Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition.
There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a pick your path.
Okay, anything that
There's a
catches
box
my eye.
that says Wirral, 3rd edition mega setting supplements module. The side panel notes, a fantastic
adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. Sorry, I just gotta expedite these filler stuff.
nonsense for anemic Beano-clads.
I want to buy the world games. $25, man. Yeah, let's leave. Let's talk to the lady first then. Or let's go up, maybe. Excuse me, milady. A quaint picture book brochure, very colorful. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. Interesting. Another boring book, just discarded here.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range.
Okay, hang on. I think it's best to speak to her first. And then we'll see. Ooh, what's behind the curtain? Talk to her first.
Welcome to crime, romance, and biographies.
Somehow I imagine that's how she would sound. Sorry. Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. The clerk extends a greeting.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
I shall. I shall.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Golden pendant in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber. What does that symbolizes? A curious pendant you're wearing. Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel there won't be an opportune moment to ask later. So, are you the owner of this store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration. Penetration? Really?
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Don't be mean suggestion. Your daughter is the one standing outside of the store, right? What if I want to buy a book?
Annette, yes, my daughter.
Hmm.
I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Oh, God, this is... Are you gonna trigger some unfortunate memories?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
10. She's certainly very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. She sounds like fucking Mrs. Umbridge to some extent. The way you're handling, well, not that to that extent, I guess, but. And that is quite a trooper. She's a great value add. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. Should I indulge that? Hang on, maybe. That is quite a trooper. She's a great value
As a young
add.
girl should be. With the proper attitude, she'll have a bright financial future.
See, hang on. Just zoom out of it. Here's the thing, okay? If you've noticed the way that I play this game, the way that I interact with the people, I tend to be pretty accommodating. This is something that a close friend of mine has called out. Well, not called out, like highlighted, I guess. That I'm not that contentious of a person. I tend to be very agreeable. I tend to like see where the conversation goes first. I don't want to hurt other people's feelings, make them uncomfortable. I'm very non-judgmental as a person as well. I feel like I'm not really making things spicy enough in that sense, but then I want to be true to myself at the same time. The thing about choice-based games is that I don't want, to like do things that are outside of my nature, But anywho. Okay, let's change the subject.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
What if I want to buy a book? The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed. How about your daughter?
Yes. How's my precious doing?
Never mind.
The woman before you scans.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy.
Magnetic.
Used for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Sure.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Farewell for now, book peddler. Shall we ask about the game, or let's check the curtain, the most interesting one.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Pull open the curtains. Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
Well, all you care about. Maybe not me.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Let's rattle the cage, shall we? Pull open the curtains.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Ooh.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're dumb if you decide to open them.
Parapsychologically.
I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done?
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them. Alright, I'll think about it for a while.
Thank you.
Think about it for a
Let's
while.
talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
Yeah,
What are
yeah.
you, a coward? Think about the marvelous adventures waiting for us on the other side.
Chill. Chill. Necktie, chill. I'll get back to it. I just want to explore the place first, okay?
Lies. Rip them open, we say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful.
Yes,
You
yes.
see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket.
Examine the strange cage-like trinket first.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
You know what? Chances are, when we look at the other stuff, it wouldn't be that interesting anyway. So let's rip them apart.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Was she trying to sell these trinkets and it didn't go well, so it represents her failure and all that?
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Okay. She's not stopping me. Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. No sane person would ever put their head into such a machine. You'd be surprised. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your threatens your masculinity. Jesus. Alright.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. What if you just break it down?
Maybe I should strategize. But not before I strategize.
That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to succeed.
Check surroundings
The room
first?
is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish, but the path to the door is clear.
And what about the door?
It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of rust. It should be doable.
Let's knock on it first.
Only echo. No one is there.
Let's give it a go. Ooh. Eesh.
Ow.
Ow.
Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
I deserve this. My body deserves to suffer for being this weak and disappointing. Is that blood I'm saying? Please don't cry. Please don't cry. Ah. No, I don't want to see me cry. Oh god, this really wasn't the best idea, was it?
This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to break down the back door?
Kinda.
I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits or you'll damage the holy wards on the door.
Right.
Barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and closed, covered in dozens of little charms and trinkets.
Alright. Fine. Sorry about that. What's this?
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over.
Ah, Dick Mullen. Look through a display of
Crime
books.
fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers.
Now, don't be mean.
These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Oh god, no.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine.
Alright. Who might this be? This
Place on the
bust.
shelf reads, biographies of famous people. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Storekeep. Anything of note in this shelf?
I would say the greatest innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who or what is an innocence?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education.
Sheesh.
The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
I thought it was about which of the innocences is the coolest and greatest. Great, I don't need to know
Shelves
anymore.
full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are.
Leave. What is this one again?
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Leave. How about this one? Are these
Several
maps?
have
Yeah.
been attached to a bulletin board hidden. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol.
Let's
and
look at
the north
Revachol.
coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction.
Okay.
To the east, rolling hillside.
And what's of the river?
It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad and much larger.
The
Then
cool city.
Coal City. It's the worst.
And
It's so
Martinez?
small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you?
Okay.
This is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Insulinda?
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation: Ozon, Laurentide, Fas Alamer,
Semini Isles, Ile du Fantôme.
North Arcade Islands. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It
Elysium.
radiating outwards from you. The suzerain Revachol.
Suzerain.
With a radius of 80
Suzerain.
kilometers. Still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible.
Can you see cities on the islands?
You can, on Caillou, Revachol, lost
Okay.
little pearls of light. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, or connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust.
Thief.
Advanced race theory.
Nice.
Everything is calm in the eye of the race storm. Your mind is lucid and bright. The mind-bending phylogenetics appear more distant and, to be fair, a little ridiculous. The great race mystery has cleared up. All that's left to do is verbalize your thoughts. Go and talk to Measurehead about your newly found insights.
Will do, will do. Are these romance then?
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely
Okay.
muscular, sword-wielding barbarian
Heimdall.
on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere.
Not interested. Let's get out. Let's have another interaction with these people down here. It's Cape Side Apps Martinez Pier. It's roundabout north. Broken window. Tips have windows. If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you could collect these bottles and sell them. Sup? Then I can't do. I'm the job of every man. Listen boy, that starts trouble. I fix it. I've been kicked out of every joint in Revachol. Come on, the night's still young. Alright, someone's having a breakdown apparently. Oh, there are these two. A splatter of bullet holes and bullet hole lines in a wall. Interesting. Let's look through the thing. The coin-operated viewer has been banged up inoperable. Right, let's talk to these two. Hi.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
Honey, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
What game are you guys playing?
Trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls.
Balls.
This
Aptly
is a
named.
ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
I'd rather not. Just don't ask what game is at first.
You got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
Let's go. Grab the ball and throw it. Seriously? Seriously?
This felt wrong. Wrong like touching your sister's breast. You threw your sister's breast.
Mon Dieu!
Mon Dieu.
Good job, officer. That was an excellent throw.
Sure it
There
is.
are no two more harmful words an athlete can hear than good job. And this was downright embarrassing.
Alright. I thought something way more spectacular would
What are
happen.
you talking about? You just executed a pretty much perfect pétanque throw.
With a pinch of fear.
How are you ever going to get the officer's shit off your nose, Gaston? Or even climb out of his ass?
Let's just have a Johnny Ball game is extraordinary.
Right. Was the demonstration it? Or do you still need something from us, officer?
Yes, officer. What do we need from this gentleman?
Do you know anything about the man hanging in the backyard of whirling in rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the
In
locals?
Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with
Cop
cops.
is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
So again, you don't know
If I
anything.
knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I am an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
This is a
Alright.
man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
Well, he's old. Don't need to be mean, Inland Empire. Thank you for your time. Stuck to him.
I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
Jesus, Renee, chill.
Honey, tisk.
Tisk
It's the
tisk.
little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
Yum, yum.
Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
What are the rules of this game?
Oh, the goal is to throw your bull. As close to the cochonnet as you can.
Okay.
That's the cochonnet.
Hey, boys. Jesus, I do apologize. He points to a small wooden ball in the middle of the crater. Interesting. I think that's all I need to know about the baton.
You'll put that knowledge to good use in 50 years. I'm sure of that, officer.
I don't like where this is going, officer. Don't you think we should do something else now?
No, I want to talk to him. I promise it won't be about a baton.
Hurry up then.
Chill, Kim. Tell me, what do you know about the dead man?
Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Come on, you must have heard something.
No, officers, I'm sorry. and I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union.
Ghost
Someone
caviar?
must know something.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Respects?
Sounds a bit like you're holding back.
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Jesus.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrart.
And who is this Evrart, you know?
Evrart Claire. Everyone in Martinez knows the Claire brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea.
Let's try not to get caught in a
Crossfire.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Can you help me get inside the harbor?
No, I'm sorry, officer. I don't even have a key card. Evrart usually sends someone to get me when he wants to talk.
Are you a union member?
In many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties. Help with little things. Evrart, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
In many ways.
Oh, yes.
So you're not an actual
Not
member.
in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card. But Evrart keeps me on the payroll. Just for the little things.
What little
Of course
things?
he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Weservein. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate the socialist rabble. But even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
What are the little things you do for Evrart?
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
What kind of things do you write for him?
Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrart and I have these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple.
Jesus,
You
Renee.
should be ashamed of yourself.
Alright. That's all for now.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
Let's ask more about the union.
Sure, officer.
Oh, that's it, apparently.
No, thank you.
Looks delicious.
I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food.
Oh well.
Nothing personal, it's just a principle.
The only one you have.
Alright. Okay, I'm not that hungry anyway.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. You must have other business then?
Bye for now. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed off. What's this? An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Some great tectonic forces crack the pavement like an eggshell.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
I was about to ask you to accompany me.
If you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Interesting. Alright, let's do advanced theory shit. Let's go.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
I think I know what race enigma is. Hang on. Okay, I think I know what the race enigma is. It's shit! Let me into the fucking harbor! Paradoxically, you plan to supersede the Occidentals with their own race theory. This racecraft is what rich people want us to do while they get all the money. It's just something you shock people with, liberal and progressive people. It's what you want it to be, so free associating language exercise, degenerate race hero. I don't know about the rest, but it's clear I should stop drinking and the ancient little mind poison Al Ghul. This dump literally is ready to be superseded by the Arapachi superstate. I can serve as a clerk in your admiration. Maybe you need a cop. Okay, so it's decision time. Give me a sec. Let's go with 3.
The rich man has humiliated and emasculated this couple. He can only think in base materialist categories and feminine abstractions like money.
Rich man really fucked him over, Jean.
His rage is already played out on the stage of history as the grotesque tragedy of revolution. All it can accomplish now is impotent academic text and neurosyphilitic rock and roll melancholia.
Whatever, man.
Impotent class warrior. I take pity on you. You clearly want to enter the harbor bad, like a little boy who wants to go on the potty. I can press the button for you. It opens the door.
I don't need your pity. The working class will rise in a sea of blood, and you and your rich boy master will drown in it. That's all I wanted.
Very well. You may enter the door once. Our race conversation here has concluded.
Thank you. Finally. Let's go. Yeah, fuck you, dude. Alright, I need to go back. And the door opens. What have we here? Every worker equals member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is at the back. Center of my file cabinet. Someone left the coffee machine on. The dark liquid is in the pot looks almost sentient. Can I have some of it, please? How about this one? Is it a turntable? Radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. What is this? Book La Fume. Wait, sorry. No. Items. Interact. See the book. Oh, this is the basis of the new poster. Oh, okay. The leading intellectual organ of Martinez communism offers a radical Mazofian perspective on a range of contemporary issues. The cover features a stylized portrait of the late King Frizzle with a pair of white antlers growing out of his head. Okay. Track down your guns, track down your badge. I can level up, apparently. Level up our rhetoric, then. Art of Persuasion. Is this not the door I'm supposed to go through? Guess you have no choice but to talk to the union leader. Yeah, but where? Yeah, what is this then? Le Jardin?
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside, he thinks.
Open the jar.
The drawer opens smoothly.
Browse through the folders.
Documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world.
Okay.
And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol.
Anything
It's
interesting?
hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Force yourself.
Whatever's hidden
Nice.
is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note.
Look at the
It
note.
appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters.
Okay.
Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items
right.
on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Evrart.
Evrart
Yeah.
Claire, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
What is so special about this borscht?
Is
Code
booze.
for drugs, booze, blood.
Close the drawer.
Drawer slides shut.
So I can't get out. Oh, I need to take the stairs. Right. What's this? Collecting rainwater. Numerous empty bottles of Komodo Red and potent Pilsner. And 3 packs of Worth cigarette butts. Numerous...
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Wait, how hard? It's probably nothing.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
So this is where Renee works. I'm going to look around.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Take the
It's
picture.
a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, René, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl, René,
Okay.
looks like he's about to smile. This photo must be tied to some good memories.
Why did you take
Interesting.
a picture of René?
I'm gonna ask him about it.
You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure. As long as it doesn't take up a...
Okay. We can't go down. Alright, engraved machines in Crescents. You see fitted industrial letter in a Kvalsun. Some ropes, whatever that is. Thermos, smells like burnt coffee. Hey, what's up?
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now built.
Hi.
Evrart, he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
Easy, Leo.
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
Right.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What is it with you people and scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Of course. Alright. I'm looking for the leader of the Dock Workers
You
Union.
want Mr. Evrart then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
Easy now, Leo. I just want to know where can I find this man.
Mr. Evrart is where he always is. In his office, of course.
Hi. So, I forgot to record. To hit record. God damn it, I have to repeat this whole sequence again of Showdown with the labor union head. Fuck. But anyway. So we're done talking to this guy. Let's just keep going. I just want to make sure. Where did I stop the last time? Where did the autosave stop?
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes,
Okay.
I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
Aw. I will not say the first one. That's so mean. Leo's nice.
No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
Right, I've already gone to the whole thing.
Wisdom withers if...
Okay, I'm off. Sorry to cut you off, Leo. Just turns out I'm done already with whatever it is I'm doing. Ba-bum. Coffee's in the giant thermos, it's lukewarm. And there it is, the Union leader. Leader? Forgot his name. Mr. Matez? A swordfish? Don't mind me, a taxidermy fish that tells time.
Before you is a walrus
Evrart
of a man
Claire.
seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you.
Why, hello. I think that's his voice,
With
right?
great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Let's get straight to business. There's a dead body in the tree. Are you in charge of the dock? Well, let's try it differently from my first time round.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi.
No, either way,
It's good of
whatever
you
I say is going
stop
to...
by. Please, have a seat.
He gets us to a tiny desk. This desk over here. Opposite to his giant desk. So it turns out it's a power play.
I'm Evrart Claire, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
It could be two things. It could be because he's too chunky to the point that he couldn't get up from his seat. I wonder if he actually sleeps on his chair, but then he would have to change. Oh my god, I wonder if he actually smells like shit right now. But we smell like shit because we just had puke and all over the... Anyway.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
I've learned my mistake.
He has in store for you. It can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best.
Thank you, Esper the Corpse, for having my back.
Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Now, sadly, I was already spoiled in terms of, you know, my real name is actually Frank Dubois. It is Frank Dubois, right? If I'm not mistaken. So I already know. It's not whatever the weird name that I came up with. So let's not say why you're calling me Dubois, because that will make me come off as insane. Even if I don't know my actual name, if I don't know, like in real life, if I don't know my name, I wouldn't ask that. And just out of sheer happenstance, that turns out he's actually right, that my name is Mr. Dubois. And no, I would rather stand.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat.
Now I've learned...
He's trying to throw you off your game, with this Dubois nonsense. Don't give him the pleasure.
It's alright, authority, you can chill. Now, I've learned from my previous playthrough that you actually take damage if you sit down because it's just that uncomfortable, so no, I will not sit down.
Very
I don't
well,
sit.
Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
Multiple chins move like ocean waves.
I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level.
Oh, fuck
Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You're no Titan of Felician, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
I guess we have no choice.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Damn, this is
So
uncomfortable.
tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on
There
is
we
going
go.
to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
That's why I always go for ergonomic chairs. That's what I always say.
So, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say.
That's Measurehead, by the way.
This should take care of that nonsense.
It's absolutely comically
It should be
huge.
sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Hey, that's 25 real. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could.
Now, I am tempted, honestly, because he is, after all, a union leader. But then I think it's actually trying to criticize how some union leaders can be corrupt. But then he could be like being corrupt as a way to navigate around a world that is corrupt, as a necessity, not part of his character trait, if you know what I mean? So deep down he's true to his heart, because again, if you focus on what they're trying to push for, which is ensuring that the union have a representative at the board level. But then also at the same time, I am cognizant with the concern that maybe he's the one who wants power. So if there is a union representative at the board level, it's going to be him. So fuck that, right? Wait, am I jumping ahead? I think I learned this from Manana after this encounter. But anyway, I think I'm gonna stick to no. Or let's say thank you, Evrart.
Don't mention it. But also, don't forget it. I'm
Wink.
just kidding, of course.
Is he?
Is he?
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
Set to repeat that. Lost gun is a power play.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The
We are
world
sensitive
is
after
swallowed
all.
by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
I would appreciate any help you could
Are you
provide.
all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right.
Oh, don't patronize me, Mr.
It's not
Claire.
like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Now we have no choice but actually do this, so might as well do it.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
No, I'm not about to cry.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Mr. Dubois! Harry!
Wait. This is my snapping finger. Mr. Dubois! You're doing some stupid. Please sliding down the chair like a jello shot.
While Evrart is distracted by your odd behavior, the lieutenant's eyes are mapping everything around you. The folder.
Yeah, there you go, Kim. Got my back.
On the wall.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
My man is having a mental breakdown.
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
I'd rather not, honestly. No, I'm as good as it gets, Mr. Dubois. Oh yeah, man, I'm fucking great. Just keep sliding down. Actually, this chair is uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, now
Get on with it.
we are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick,
Let's go, Kim.
Here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Could you help me get that body down the tree? I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
I sense there's a but.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Okay.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
You've heard wrong, Evrart. We're not.
No, you're being too modest, my friend. But don't worry. This annoying thing I have is completely legal. I just need you to open a door.
Does this jiggling ooze think
Jiggling
he's going to
ooze.
use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top.
Whose door is it?
No one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
Why did you open
Harry,
it yourself?
I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do.
Oh, fuck
You
off.
look like you could run around all day.
You want to
Sure.
send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
What do you mean by a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly.
He removes his glasses, rubs his nose. That's too odd combination. Like, why would you take off your glasses? Anyway.
Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Damn it, fine, I'll look into it. We need to talk about that murder.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry.
Yes.
Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Fishy. Alright, could you help me get that body down from a tree?
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my.
Oh
Don't take this
my.
question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Claire, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder.
Let's go,
Besides,
Kim.
getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
Honestly, you should have started with that. Just say that it's a stain in the neighborhood, because if you mention about the reinforced cargo belt, then whoever's helping us from the Union, it's going to be the Union members, is bound to kind of take advantage of it. Might actually take the evidence away, so that they can wash their hands clean. You're a community leader. Help your community
I can
out.
certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values.
He licks his fat lips and
But of
smiles.
course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And, Jean, please take it easy with the race signs. He's had enough of that. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you.
Alright, let's not ask the other questions. Evrart, I'm going to leave now, but you might talk
Wait.
again later.
You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Great. We don't want to get stuck in here.
You're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Alright, take care, Mr. Claire. Let's heal ourselves up. And let's go. Let's have a chat with this guy.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew
Hey,
you'd back
mister.
to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far. No
Okay, he's saying
trouble
the
at
same
all,
thing.
mister. No trouble at all.
Okay, I'm off. The musk of oil. There's no work. It's oddly quiet. Great machines are sleeping. Hello, cargo belt on sales for $1 million. What? What the hell is this? Oh, nice. Cool. Wait, you can grab this?
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. The white rectangle of the Revachol Citizens Militia is clearly visible on its back. This is your cloak.
Oh
You
dear.
can feel it.
Grab the cloak.
As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through your fingertips. I will shield you from the elements and give my life for yours. That's what the cloak is relaying.
Alright. Wait, how do I open items again? Oh, it's this thing. Nope. Close. Ah. Nah, let's stick with Esprit de Corps. Oh, this one plus shivers as well. Okay. Not really liking the style, but I think we can settle for now. Sorry, wrong button. Let's go inside, see if there's any provisions that we can take advantage of. Magnesium. Need office shades. Nice. Let's get out. So we have more items. Visual calculus and -1 drama, a bit dry. I don't mind dry. Hey, Manana.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
Labor
It's by
Utopia.
a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Ever said you have a key to a door?
A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
He said it belonged to a weasel. I was hoping you could tell me.
Of course, I got you. You don't know anything.
Ding ding ding.
I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I'm not opening this door for myself, I'm opening it for all working men.
I knew this man was a commie. It's a good thing you're doing too. Thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Decentralized structure with no hierarchy. Minus the head,
Okay,
Evrart.
but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
Anything else I should know about?
I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
Take a big sip from his flask.
Is, and what they're fighting for? This is interesting.
Why are you
We're negotiating
striking?
our share.
There you go, this is where I spoke too soon.
Aye.
Oh, how large a share would you
Love
like?
it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
Hells yeah! Worker cooperative, let's go! Are you a communist?
No,
Oh,
I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all.
that's an interesting interpretation of what communism is. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself. That's very greedy in a sense. And I don't think that's what communism stands for. It's like people have different interpretation of what it is. I myself, well, I'm kind of a socialist as well. And personally, I don't really see the dichotomy between communism and socialism. They kind of blend together, at least because I might coming into this with lack of knowledge in terms of how to differentiate between the two. But for me, like people say that it's a spectrum. Like communism is like at the end of the spectrum. But there's also anarchism, which I think Manana is leaning towards. But yeah, so seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself, I think that's what it is. I think it's more like it's making sure that everyone could, you know, like as the saying goes, to each according to his needs and to each according to his abilities. So do what you can and do whatever it well, not whatever it takes, but like but also fulfilling all of your needs. Contribute to society to the fullest extent, whilst making sure that you receive what you need to make sure a decent life.
Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
You shouldn't take what's not yours. Right
That's
on,
the way
brother.
our world works, Boyadero.
The boss man, Evrart, what can you
I
tell
think
about
it's best
him?
you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
What does bossing the union entail anyway?
I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
Nah, this is what I
Why
mean.
would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see?
Yeah.
And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
So that seemed lavish to
Reasonably
me.
lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion.
It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. I like that. I like that a lot. Call me Manana.
Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
Moralism is the most corrupt of them all. That's interesting. I guess I'm not sure what moralism means. I guess what it implies is, you know, people who pretend they're all high and mighty, truly altruistic and whatnot, and not like acknowledge the darkness within them, you know, the demons inside of them. Like I like to think of myself as very altruistic, but at the same time, I also acknowledge that I have my own demons, so to say. I can be tempted in certain ways. But it's actually in that acknowledgement I know my limits, and therefore I'm not naive. Not too naive. I'm quite naive, honestly. People tend to say that I'm gullible, that I always see the good in people, I know that. But usually I'm quite cognizant of what's going on, but sometimes I just like to let things unfold itself to see where it goes out of curiosity. Which could get me in trouble, for sure. Not that it has happened so far, thankfully. So, yeah, turns out so far, like, seeing the good in people hasn't really gotten me into difficult situations.
Not you would like to say. But then,
Yeah.
there's that weasel door.
You seem to have spent a lot of time thinking about a political situation.
Sure, I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
There's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing.
Yeah, I can relate to that. You know, like how... You know, like how work takes up so much time in your life, and you have no agency in that. Sometimes, so there's something simple. Say like you work 9 to 5. Why does it have to be 9 to 5? Why can't it be like, as long as you get your job done, then you're free to go? Why not like going to the office is not like mandatory, but like it's a choice. If you feel like, if you're the kind of person who feels like you work better in an office environment, if you need to coordinate with your coworkers, then you can go to the office. Then maybe you have to go to the office. But it's not mandatory. I think that's the key thing here. And like not having and just even when you do go to the office and then at 4 p.m. let's say, or at 3, you're done for the day. Why not just go home? Why do you have to feel compelled to stay in the office and waste time by the end of the day, when you could have gone home early and or maybe gone home with your coworkers and, you know, go to the pub or something and grab a couple of beers and have fun, talk about life, about your aspirations, and have more meaningful interactions than having to be stuck behind your desk doing meaningless tasks. Not that everyone's jobs are meaningless, but you gotta admit that most people are stuck in dead-end jobs they don't like, and those moments, those fleeting moments where you could actually have fun, is what counts, is what actually keeps you afloat. So, yeah.
It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code.
Boyadero.
Itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool.
I have no idea what any of those
That
means.
of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends.
Independent in your actions and loyal to your friends. Maybe I am a boyadero.
No,
No. Unless. Oh, come on, encyclopedia.
The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide. Yet it feels as if he could effortlessly go even wider, if need be, an endless torrent of time.
Any idea who killed the hangman?
Mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
The harbor is the prime area for suspicion. In your opinion, are the dock workers involved in the killing?
Thought. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed? How?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
What does
He
that
was
mean?
an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Why would you ask, did you kill him? I wish I didn't
ain't the
have
murdering
to.
type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He
Mm.
means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
I've gathered, Half-Light. You don't have to spell it out.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
Good talking to you. Gotta run.
Hey, psst.
Who,
Yes,
me?
You. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Oh my god, we're getting that line. Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Oh my god, this line goes so hard. Oh, sorry. Like, but neither has love. Should we just stop building love too? Like, goddamn. Can't argue. We should all can't argue with
So,
that.
what about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than any attempted before. Is that true?
How come there are no more options? How come there's word on the street?
Keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pockets.
We literally have
murder
that.
all human beings, regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
No, that's what I don't believe. I've said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those. Not literally murder all human. I think that's way too far. No. I'm not of the belief of the violent revolution. I haven't been bought into it. I haven't really talked about it with anyone either. So I can be persuaded. But like even though like I'd like to postpone a violent revolution as much as possible. I don't want that to happen. But I'm also cognizant with the fact that it is inevitable, given that the capitalist class, or the bourgeoisie if you want to call it, continues, you know, to scrape away the well-beings of the working class, which they generally do. If they don't wake up, if they don't change their ways, then we'll have a revolution in our hands. It's inevitable, because, you know, when you keep taking away from these people, then what else do they have? If they have no more hope for the future, for tomorrow, then all that's left is, well, what's right in front of them, and that's you. And they'll come for you, one by one. I've said some mildly left things, but none of
yes,
those.
The mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous
Seven-eyed lamb of global communism.
that will
Damn.
devour and masticate mankind.
Damn.
Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Roll up your sleeves and start building communism. Let's hear what's this communism even about.
Failure. It's about failure.
Failure?
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb stomped and pissed on. Until you came along.
Oh, come
You
on.
will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world.
No, I don't buy this whole Messiah type of belief, you know, because no, I don't think like any worthwhile political movements have, you know, like have their entire weight on the back of one singular charismatic speaker, let's say. It's supposed to be a collective movement. It has to be everyone. Everyone has to be in on it. And everyone has their own potential. Sure, there can be charismatic speakers. They can be the ones holding the megaphone, but it doesn't mean, like, again, you don't throw your entire weight against them, because then it's very prone to becoming dogma, where everything that that person says becomes truth. It becomes, you know, scripture, Messiah. I don't buy that. That's anyone who wields that power. It's so prone to evil, to abusing it. So it's very dangerous if that ever happens. And so many good movements in the world, throughout the world, you know, who started off okay with good intentions, got corrupted because of that.
You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin. Where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will fail to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist.
Jesus.
Now get to work, comrade.
Roll up your sleeves.
Oh,
Start building communism.
Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
No. Wait, what firing squads? You didn't say anything about those.
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few million eggs.
God damn it. Roll your sleeves up further and breathe in the pristine air. Mazovian socioeconomic. Yeah, let's go. Why not? I have -2 visual calculus. Why would I want that? That's physique, right? No. Yeah, +1. This is -2 visual calculus. Alright, why not? Alright, we need to get to Jean-Luc. Oi, mate.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Evrart told me to help us get the body down from the tree.
So it was. My unpromising race pupil entered the harbor and used my superior to give me orders. I salute your cunning and will remove the body from the tree with my
bare hands.
So
Show
noble,
off.
Measurehead.
Oh, shush.
While I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
Gee, I wonder why.
That would mean you're openly showing the people that you're taking the Union's side.
Okay then.
See that they stay here the whole time.
Don't care. It's fine. I don't think there's any option of us not having to be here anyway. TikTok.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Yeah, we're the law around here. Apparently so.
Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
Hi, Katya.
That sound. He's breaking something.
He's literally ripping off the tree with his bare hands.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could see
Look
it.
at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Evrat's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
Good one, Kim. I'll work with whoever I want. That's none of your business.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. The man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
There you go.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
Thank you for your cooperation, Measurehead.
Farewell, Ham Sandwich. You are a Union man from now on.
Yes. Right, thought complete.
Long way home.
That's a grim image.
Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market.
Yeah, that's quite long.
Past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side.
Nice. Alright, let's go to the dead body and call it a day. Fast forward, please. There it is. He yanked the damn thing all the way. And now the body's down. You know, it's a little shit show. Yeah, get wrecked. Hang on, let me go around. There you go. Alright, I'm stepping on his head, but it's fine. On their head, but it's fine. Anywho, what do we do in this video? Finally, we get it done. I'm really sorry that I had to repeat it, but thankfully, there's still enough surprises here and there. Well, not really. I kind of know where it's going, but I react differently, I guess, in a more fulfilling way. So I hope it makes for a more fulfilling experience for you guys. But what do we do in this video? We talked to a couple of guys to the left as we're waiting to reach epiphany of the advanced race theory. And one of them is a monarchist, or at least a fascist, I think. With the retiree, no, the veteran. And I think we got a photo that has something to do with the veteran somehow. So we have to talk to him about it. And we went to the bookstore, which didn't really go anywhere. There's something about the door, which has charms on it. Kind of tempted to actually break through that and find out what's behind it. But also, eventually, we had our showdown with the union leader, Mr. Evrart Claire. Which was interesting. I do hate the fact that we still have to sit down regardless, which causes us to lose our health. But thankfully, along the way, we received a couple of health recoveries items, health healing items. What was I saying? And also something to heal our morale. So we're fine. We're kind of back on. Hang on. Let's just use another one. There you go. Healed morale. Make sure we don't lose our sanity. And yeah. And we received a check, which means it's good. We can actually use that for something. I don't know. Maybe we should go to a bank and actually, you know, get money from that so we can actually buy stuff. I'm not sure if we can actually just use the check directly. And what else? We have to go to the weasel guy. I think that's the next thing we need to do. We need to go talk to the monarchist, talk to the veteran, and then find the apartment And then, yeah, I think that's going to be the main objective for the next one. Not sure what we'll encounter along the way. But all that being said, that is all the time that I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. Do let me know if I missed out on anything. I'm really glad I got that communist line. You know, like, we don't give up on building love. That's such a poetic thing to say. I don't know. It hits hard. It went viral on Twitter like a couple of weeks ago. Or this week, actually. I don't know. And yeah. Fuck, I love that line. Anywho. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.